And so what's the holdup, you ask? Well, the bison have decided to take over the road. They're slowing everybody down. Come on, bison! Move it or lose it! You can't have road rage in Lone Elk Park, that's for sure. My goodness, this location is bringing back some memories. Why would an orthopedic associates bring back memories for me? Because this location was not always an orthopedics associates location. It used to be Kroger. That's right, this was a grocery store. And this parking lot used to be filled up with carts, which I remember walking around on hot, humid days and evenings and hauling in carts all through here at the collection stations and bringing them into those doors and bagging groceries. Over here, that's a Rosalita's. That used to be a Casa Gallardo's. My goodness. Wow. My, how times change. Well, hello there, and welcome to yet another beautiful day for an adventure here in St. Louis. Well, actually, De Pere would be more accurate as of right this very moment. And today's adventure is going to be a little different. It's going to start with some of the little places that trigger memories in my life from the days when I grew up here around this area. It's not all going to be an empty parking lot like this, but it's just so hard to believe that used to be a Kroger right there. You would never know it. But yes, indeed, it was my first paying gig, my part-time job right here in this location. We're going to check out a couple other places like that as well, and then go to Lone Elk Park, which is a cool little drive-through park with all sorts of animals, like elk, for example, that we're going to be seeing. And this should just be real fun and relaxing today. So if you are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. Come on with me, you guys. Let's go see what there is to see. And this building here is Carmen Trails Elementary School. This is where I went to 5th and 6th grade. Still looks pretty much the same from the outside. I remember a few things about it. There's the flag and the entrance to the right of that. And then to the right of the entrance, there's a little room there. I think it says 30 on it. It's hard to see here. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I believe that was an art room back in the day. I don't know what it is now, but I think that's where we had art class. And I remember this is where the buses would pick us up and drop us off. And when you were in 6th grade, one day you got to be picked up and they would take you to a place called Trout Lodge, which is a campgrounds. And you'd stay in a cabin with some of your school buddies and do all sorts of activities throughout the week. And that was right from this school right here, Carmen Trails. This is a look at the back end of the school, and the doors there were for the 5th and 6th grade areas where we would go out to recess and come back in. There was a giant hill back here. We had a schoolmate, Tom Tazzini. Him and his dad did a demonstration of rifles right here in this parking lot. They had targets set up on the hill, and then they demonstrated those from standing right about back here in this position, and we were all up on this side of the hill over here watching it all take place. Well, they took about 2 shots and then you saw all the kids from up on top of the hill running down back into gym. They didn't even know there was a gym class going up on top there's like a field that kids can play soccer and kickball and everything on. The times were much, much, much different back then. And then this parking lot looks like an average, ordinary parking lot, but to us, it was Foursquare land. We had Foursquare blocked out, where we would have the playground ball and play Foursquare on all of our recesses. And our 5th grade teacher, his name was Mr. Wells, and I don't remember exactly what rules we did playing that game, but we played by Wells rules is what we did. Foursquare was so fun back then. We had a lot of good times here. And right here on the corner of Mateen and Paqueret Court, this is our old house. Wow, I have not been here in decades. Oh my gosh, it is so grown. All these trees in the yard, my gosh, it looks like a jungle. Oh, this tree right here, see how the limbs are way up there like that? My dad, when this was a smaller tree, trimmed up all the branches so it basically looked like a palm tree at the time, but he said it's gonna help the tree grow, and indeed it did. Wow, this is just unbelievable. This is our court. We spent many hours playing football right down the street. Touch football, we'd throw it. This would be pretty much the touchdown right up here, and then all the way down there, there'd be another touchdown area at the bottom of the court. Wow, all the memories are flooding back. And they do have a basketball hoop here, but that's not where ours was. The right garage door was just above there at the 10-foot mark, and I spent so many hours shooting hoops out here. We even did basketball on roller skates one time. Boy, this was my therapy, is shooting hoops right out in the driveway. And sometimes I'd try to shoot them from way back here and the ball would hit the garage door. And my mom, she didn't worry about it because at least she knew where we were at. And you can kind of see the front porch is covered right there. And that's where we would stand and watch thunderstorms roll in from right over here. We'd get pitch black. We'd see lightning and thunder, and oh my gosh, it was always fun. And this house was the Alleles. That's where they used to live. This is looking very nice. Well groomed over there. I can't believe how big these trees are. This is just unbelievable. The bedroom to the left there was my sister's. The one to the right was my older brother's bedroom. And then if you go over to the side here, there's a back. Well, you can't even really see it, but my parents was to the back of the house right over there. Here's a look going up the court, and we spent a lot of hours playing right around here in the cul-de-sac. I remember I'd ride my bike around the cul-de-sac and try to pop a wheelie and see how far up the court that I could go. Just unbelievable memories from this time. Our friends the Lawlers used to live in this house right here. They all had kids our age, and back there's a woods with a creek, and we would spend hours back there in those woods swinging on vines that were back there. Oh my gosh, the memories are just flooding back. And then here the Lamberts lived, and Lavisaks, good friends. Wow. All the memories are flooding back here today. Ah yes, I remember many mornings standing right here at this corner by the street sign, waiting for our bus to come. We were the lucky family in the neighborhood that had a bus stop right here. And then, if you look over here, you can see there's bushes planted along the side of the house. There wasn't all this growth over here at the time. So my mom would plant rose bushes all through there, and she would get so many compliments from people that would drive by and see those rose bushes. And we had a little Scottish terrier named Snoopy, and we would all get to take him for a walk, and he would make his little mark on every tree. We would walk him right down here on the sidewalk, and he would come through. Boy, the tree trunks were a lot thinner back then. They didn't take up all of the space that they do now. And there didn't used to be this lattice here either. This has really grown out. This all used to be well trimmed and mowed, and this was all grass through here at one time. There's the deck. There's a little patio way there in back. And then our room was just to the right of the stairs there. See if I can get a better look at it. And there it is right there. That is the window from my bedroom that I shared with my brother David, my little brother. Spent many hours doing homework in there, playing games. Just absolutely great memories were made in this entire house. And one of them that I will share with you right now as well, before we get going to our next destination. Like I said, this all used to be grass right here, well manicured. And then you can see this goes down a hill there. And that was all mowed grass as well through there. And then a little bit beyond further, there was briar bushes and a little creek that ran through there. And so I happened to be the one in the family that had a big wheel. And my brothers thought it would be a great idea if I got on the big wheel starting from the front yard over there, and they would push me until we got to right about, here, and let me go. And they thought that I would just go down the hill and then turn right and go down the grass area. But no, I was going so fast, I couldn't turn, I couldn't think, I couldn't stop, and I went, whoop, I flipped right into the briar bush. I landed upside down in a bush, which I was mad about the briar bush because I had cuts all over, but it actually probably saved me because it saved me from landing headfirst into a cement sewage drain. So, wow, great memories from this old house. Good to see it again, but I'm happy to be in Minnesota. And this is Stonegate Shopping Center. It's about a mile away from our house. We would ride our bikes up here, and we would visit this location at the very corner of the strip mall. It didn't used to be a Planned Parenthood. No, back in the day it was a 7-Eleven, and we'd come up here and get some big gulps and some candy, and it was all sorts of fun. I believe there was an ice cream shop somewhere in this strip mall as well. I don't see one now today, but this is where we spent a lot of time riding our bikes, parked in front of there. They had a video game that we would play. It was a boxing game, I think. It's a body blow, body blow. Lots of great memories. And where we are driving in now is Treecourt Industrial Park. This little area is where my dad taught me how to drive. I remember getting behind the wheel for the first time and navigating these terrains. Little did I know how much driving I would be doing as an adult. The skills paid off. I also taught my sister and brother how to drive right through these areas. Mostly my sister, I think. My older brother taught my younger brother. And this area is where we spent many of summers as a family. Oh, that's kind of sad. That's the pool. This was the warm pool is what it was called. It was just like a regular pool. It's kind of in the form of a T, and the diving board is over on the far left area. There was a big snack bar area, and that is the cold pool. You can see water going into the pool. That's spring water, and it smells a little bit like rotten eggs. There used to be a hot tub over there, and then there would be boards where you could put your towel down and lay out, and there was lawn chairs. It's gone a little downhill since then, but there was a lot of great summers right here at this location, Treecourt. Wow. It's no longer a pool anymore, I'm finding out. This is where you would check in to pay for your season pass or for your day pass to get into the pool. That's where the locker room's, that building over there. But it is now Treecourt Dog Adventure Park. So it's a good place to bring your dog, and there's a dog right there. Look at that. Very cool. And the fence even has little doggy paws. Very neat. And then there's a whole area back there that never used to be here. That's where the dog park is now, I guess. And so here's a look at the dog park that this is now. And look at that. That's the mineral water from the cold pool filtering into these tubs where dogs can take themselves a little dip and cool off. All sorts of dogs running around here. This place is now owned by Wayne Hub, who is the son of Mr. Hub that used to run the pool, and they decided some years ago to turn it into a dog park, as different water parks and all sorts of different things. They decided it'd be nice to still keep the grounds open where dogs can run around and play. Wonderful, beautiful grounds, and a nice area to just sit on a bench and relax through here. How many acres is this back here?
It's about 12 acres that's enclosed.
Wow. So this is Treecourt
Dog Adventure Park.
Treecourt Dog Adventure Park. Yes, thank you. And hello, little guy, following us around over here.
This is Fox. Fox is the boss.
And he does look like a little fox as well. Hi, Fox. So if you're in the area and you've got a little doggy, this is like doggy heaven right here. Unbelievable. Very cool. Thank you so much for showing me around.
Hey, thank you.
I always like it when kind of things that seem sad at first turn into a very happy ending. That dog park is just beautiful. I'm so glad I came down here today. And our final trip down memory lane today brings us right here. Parkway South Senior High School, home of the Patriots. And this is where I went to 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. The start of my senior year, that is when we moved to Minnesota. And here is a look at the front of the school. Man, it has been many decades since I've had to go inside of these walls, but I had 3 years where teachers taught me the things that I needed to know to become a productive adult. Kind of, I guess. Maybe I should have learned some more things. But right there in the center of the screen, kind of, that's where the stairs go down to the entrance of the school. And that's where the buses would pick us up and drop us off. But if you had a car, or if you were lucky enough to have a friend with a car, which was my scenario, I had a friend with a car who would pick myself along with another friend, and we would just get to park in one of these fine spots right here and walk on in and forget the buses altogether. And one thing that's always been well kept up and I've always liked is their football field. Look at that. People can still go there and run around the track and do activities. There's the bleachers right over there. This is where I learned to hate the sport of soccer. I had 2 brothers who played soccer, and my mom would have me come with her to watch the games. And oh my gosh, we would sit up in those bleachers for what seemed like decades watching that soccer game go on. Wow, those were some boring times. Sometimes you get the great memories along with the boring ones too. And here we are coming up on Lone Elk Park, greeted by an elk here on the side of the road. Man, this is unbelievable. I can't believe I'm here. You go through those gates, that's so some of the hooved animals do not get out. Some cool skyway area. Look at the beautiful views around here. There are some areas where you cannot get out of your car because that's like the bison area. But there also, I believe, are some picnic grounds where if you have a function and you want to have a party of some kind or a family reunion or get together, this is a good place to do that out in the beautiful nature. Look at that. Oh, and look at this little guy right here. Oh, just hanging out. Hi, fella. My friend Nomadic Hippie has some cinnamon rolls from the Riverview Mansion in Metropolis, Illinois that he wants to give you. Go run down there. Check it out. He's awesome. And so I mentioned that there are picnic grounds here, and these are them right here. They've got picnic benches and little grills set up, walking paths up there that you can go up in that hill up there. This is a place to have a fun time, and I think I remember being on a couple little special occasions here where we've done some picnics as well. I don't remember exactly, but I believe I have picnicked in this particular location. Oh, look at that. The wildlife just kind of comes up from nowhere, and this is right across from those picnic grounds over there. So I wonder if these guys ever cross the path over here and run into some picnickers. They're probably pretty used to people, so I wouldn't doubt it. And we are now entering the bison area. And this is one of my favorite parts of driving through, going over these bumps. Those bumps keep the bison in their own area. And this is the part where you definitely do not want to get out of your car. Oh my gosh, I had to zoom in all the way to see this. These bison are hanging out all the way on the back 40 of these grounds, just grazing and napping and having a lovely Sunday afternoon. Hello, bison. I remember sometimes when we were kids, you could get bison coming right up to your car window. I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit and see if they get any closer. Oh my gosh, they got a lot closer. Look at all of them. Oh, and there's even a little baby one right over there. Oh, that is so cute. I'm glad I stayed and waited. And there's the mama right there, walking our direction as well, with baby climbing up the hill right behind her. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at all these guys. Wow, they're getting very close now, you guys. And there's the biggest one in the herd walking in our direction as well. I haven't had this feeling since I was at Bear Country, USA. They are on the move. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh, he's coming right in front of the car here with the whole pack. Look at that. This is definitely something you want to experience if you're ever in the St. Louis area. This is absolutely amazing. Wow, look at that. Oh, and look at this guy, just hanging out. I almost didn't even see him in the leaves there, all covered up. He's just sitting there by himself. I guess that's why they call it Lone Elk Park. Aptly named place that we're in. Oh, no, not just all by himself. Maybe it should be called Dose Elk Park. Because there's another one right here. Look at that. Hi, fella. Love those antlers of yours. Looking mighty sharp today. Oh, you already know? Okay. Well, you're right. You look awesome. Good to see you. Welcome to Tommy Travels. Oh, and look at this guy. Hanging out, just eating some grass, having a lazy Sunday. So majestic looking with those antlers. Absolutely marvelous. Oh, and here's the one that says goodbye to everybody as they leave the park. It's like, thanks for stopping in. See y'all next time. Well, great to see you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And they have finally decided to clear the road and let the drivers pass through. Thank you, bison. Well, I can't think of a better way to end this adventure than right here, looking at these wonderful animals grazing. And look at, there's the mama, and there's a great look at the baby right there. So beautiful. Thank you guys all so much for coming with me on this trip down memory lane here on Tommy Travels. I know this won't be my most viewed adventure by any means. Not too many people are searching for Tommy Travels' life story on the internet, but that's okay. This was a very good experience, seeing some of my old stomping grounds, my old home that I grew up in. Hey there, fella. Got to see my old high school and grade school. Look at that beautiful little baby bison. Wow. And if you guys liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. Thank you so much for all of the support that you've given me. And what do you say, Mr. Buffalo? What's that? Well, you've got your, don't talk to me with your mouth full. What do you say, Mr. Bison? You hope to catch me on the flip side? That's right. I hope to catch all of you guys on the flip side.